Hi, Lloyd Rieber here to show you the latest version of my Q-sort tool. You will see that this is version 2.2 listed right here and also at the very top. And you should throw away the earlier versions, any earlier versions that you have. This one replaces all of them. Now this version is very similar to the past versions, but there have been some important enhancements, including one particular enhancement that I will end with in this video because it will really help us to use it as an instructional tool within a class activity. Okay, let's get started with my little demonstration. Alright, so the title of this little Q-sort is pizza. So we have another Q-sort on pizza. It shows that I have not yet completed the Q-sort, so I need to begin. I will give it a name. And again, you can use whatever name you want, including a pseudonym, but please, again, use the same pseudonym all through these activities. And here comes the Q-sort. And I think we know basically how to use it at this point. But there have been some enhancements. So for example, this text is rather small, so I have added a magnify choice over here. If I click on that, you will see a window pops up, and I can put that window anywhere I want. And so when I click on one of the choices, you will see that that very same choice, the very last one I clicked on, it will appear down below. So I can turn this off and on, and again move it wherever I want at will. So I'll leave it open for this little demonstration. So once again, I'm going to sort these pizza items. We'll see how consistent I am here. Again, I think I'll start with the general grouping. Delivered to my home, not very important. Thin and crispy, don't really care too much. Locally grown, yeah, it's kind of important. Vegetarian, not that important. Meat, somewhere in between. Inexpensive, yes. Lots of toppings, that's rather important. Lots of cheese, about the middle. Thick and chewy, somewhat in the middle too. So inexpensive, way up there. Can be delivered to my home, way down there. So yeah, this is again a good strategy. Some basic piles of high, medium, and low. And now I'll just kind of bring those in to my Q-sort. And again, the submit button won't highlight until I have them all there, but again, I can certainly take my time and reorder things as long as I want to. There's also, again, just to show the move unsorted items to the far right and left. This was in the last version, but I think it's kind of a handy thing to remember it is there as well. All right, so let me submit. And am I sure? I think I am. All right, and you'll see that I've actually enhanced what this is all about, and I'll show you that in just a second. I'll click OK. And there's this last rating. I am a big fan of pizza, indeed. All right, and I now wait for the Q-sort tool to tell me that it has been successfully uploaded. Great. So now I can restart, and of course once I go back, you can see that I have completed it, and I don't have the option now to complete it again. Now I want to show you a very important enhancement, because I think it is actually important that you have an opportunity to go back and reflect on the Q-sort you've already completed. So you'll see up here now, well, there are two links. This link here was more or less here before. View your old sort data history. And then I have this one, view the Q-sorts already completed. And the difference between these is kind of interesting. I have made such enhancements in the Q-sort that I've kind of started a new group of Q-sorts starting with today, which is July 2nd. So you will not see in this particular button here, let me now click on it, Q-sorts that you completed earlier. Now I've been playing with this quite a bit today, and you see that I actually have 4 examples here. Now look what happens when I click on any one of these, such as the last one that says pizza. Well, lo and behold, it shows all of my statements in the order in which they were put. Now, I say that, but if you had these two statements here may or may not be in the same order. They're both plus ones, and that's what's important. So within each of the same rating, the actual order of those items might be a little bit different. But you see the ratings are exactly the same. And by the way, I can change this to large, medium, or small text. As you can see over here, even on the medium, this kind of got cut off here. So you'll be working on one today on what is your design philosophy. I've already been playing with that. So yeah, so I actually have 4, and if I click on this one, you'll see that I'll see the results of that Q sort. Let me put it back to medium. And I had this little simple example, which is just for my testing purposes. So I think this will be very handy. And by the way, if I go back to the one I just did, I can now copy that to the clipboard, and I could then paste that Q sort into a Word doc or email, whatever I wanted. All right, so let me click done. It is of course going to take a look if there's any updates, and there is no update. To view your old sort data history, I almost took this out. As I said, I will eventually. If I click on it, you will see that it has this very ugly view. And you'll notice if I go down the bottom, that pizza example is not here because, again, I've kind of started afresh or anew with the data that's being stored today. But I didn't want to delete the old data either. All right, very good. Well, that is the new and improved version of my Q sort.